We're back for the second segment of this match. We're in the fifth box with Sue Holleran on lane 14 and Joanne Rosano on lane 13. Sue was filling a spare that she had in the fourth, and she puts 9 on that. Meanwhile, Joanne Rosano is working on a strike that she had in the fourth, and she throws another strike. So she's got a double. Let's have a look at the replay. A little bit of a light 1-3 pocket hit, a lot of sidewall action, and the 7-8 look like they're going to stand, but they don't. That's a double strike for Joanne Rosano. Meanwhile, Sue Holleran missed the 4-pin for the spare. So she'll be trying to convert it for a 10, and she does that. That gives her 61 through 5. So this match is starting to tighten up a little bit. The team led by Laurie Rossetti has about a 21-pin lead through 4, but that double strike is going to tighten it up a little bit. And there's a 7 drop by Sue Holleran. She missed the head pin, but got some sidewall action and left the 1-4-7. Now let's see what Joanne Rosano can do on the double strike. And she has got a triple strike. Really nice 1-3 pocket hit. That gives her the 3rd strike in a row. Meanwhile, Sue Holleran goes by the head pin, missing the spare. She'll try and make it 10. And she's got it. 71 through 6. Let's take a look at the replay here on this 3rd strike by Joanne Rosano. Really solid 1-3 pocket hit. And that's going to really tighten up the match. It's going to be pretty close to a tie at this point. That's going to bring up Laurie Rossetti, who's also working on a strike, and Lynn Thompson, who has 54 through 4. Laurie with another strike, so she's got a double also. Wow. Things are really heating up here. Laurie has the answer for Joanne's multiple strikes there. And let's take a look at this strike once again by Laurie Rossetti. Really crushes the 1-3 pocket, and you can see a very demonstrative reaction, as you might expect at this climactic moment in a really important match. This is essentially the title match in this mixed team tournament, as Rossetti's chances of winning the tournament hinge on winning this match. And if Craig Holbrook's team wins, they will clinch the title. So meanwhile, Lynn Thompson is looking at the 1 and 7, and she takes out the 7 pin. So that's a 9 box. She's got 63 through 5. Laurie with a double. Let's see if she can. This is asking a lot, but see if she can throw a triple strike. Not gonna quite be there. She comes up short of the head pin and drops 3. But she's still got another ball to fill the second strike. See if she can make the most of this. And it's going to be an 8 fill on the second strike, giving her 70 through 5. Lynn Thompson looking at the 1, 3, 6, 7, and she punches out the 3. So she'll be open in the 6th. Laurie Rossetti will take an 8 box. And Lynn makes a nice 10 out of it. So Lynn has 73 through 6, and Laurie Rossetti with 78. That brings up Tony Pastor and Hawk Alice. Tony drops 4 on the right side. And Hawk with a strike. Another one. Wow. Really solid pocket hit. Let's have a look at the replay here. Really smashes the 1-3 pocket. That is high flush. And there's just no doubt about that. Super shot by Hawk Alice right there. Tony Pastor will try and convert this 4 drop, and he misses the head pin. Gets a pin to roll back and take out the head pin, but he's still got the 5, so he'll be trying to make it for a 10. boy, these teams are trading punches like the proverbial heavyweights that they are. Strikes going down thick and fast on both sides. Let's see, Tony Pastor has got 77 through 5 as he fires in the 6th frame. And it's another 4 drop, just a mirror image of the one he just had. And Hawk Hallis comes up a little bit heavy on the head pin, leaves a 2, 4, 6, 10 split. Tony Pastor hits the head pin solid, but just takes out the 1 and 9. And Hawk Hallis puts a 7 on that strike, giving him 60 through 5. And Tony takes a 7 box. Hawk will take a 9. So that's going to bring up Larry Doucette and Dave Dupuis once again. Larry is at 49 through 4, and Dave has got 55 with a ball to complete the 4th frame. And it's going to be 9, or is it going to be 10? It's going to be 10, another strike. Dave Dupuis with the strike, and let's take a look at this. It's a sort of a mixer 1-3 pocket hit, and it looks like the 5 pin is going to stand, but this piece of wood comes over and takes it down. So that's a strike for Dave Dupuis, 65. And a nice shot by Larry Doucette to the spare on that 410 with a couple pieces of wood that he used perfectly. Let's see how he did it. He hits that wood and deflects the ball into the 4 and the wood over into the 10. Great shot by Larry Doucette. See what Larry can do on that spare. That gives him 59 plus the fill ball in the 5th. And he's got 4. Dave Dupuis on the strike. Drops 5, leaving the Caleri, the 4 horsemen, left plus the 9 pin. Oh, and Larry Doucette with a nice spare. He's really been shooting spares well in this string, in this match. He converts that 4 drop. And Dave with an 8 fill on the strike. He's got 83 through 5. So Larry Doucette 63. Of course, Larry has that spare in the 6th, giving him 73 with a ball. And Dave with a 9 box. And here is another look at that spare by Larry Doucette. Another terrific shot. So that's going to bring back the anchor bowlers, Chris Rossetti and Craig Holbrook. Chris drops 7, leaving the 3, 8, and 10 with some wood that's not sure what it's going to do for him. Very light 1-2 pocket hit. And he's going to take a closer look at it to see whether he can, what he has to do to get all 3 of those pins. Meanwhile, Craig Holbrook with a 6 drop and a 2, 3, 9, 10 combination. Rossetti with a nice try, but I think he caught just a little bit too much of that 3 pin and pushed it almost straight back. So, although he got the 8 pin, nothing went over to get the 10. And there's a nice try by Craig Holbrook. Tried to kick that 2. There was a piece of wood next to the 2. He used it to try and sweep it over to the right side, but the 3 pin didn't go. So it's a 10 for Rossetti and a 10 for Craig Holbrook. So Chris Rossetti with 66 through the 5th and Craig Holbrook with 51. And Craig punches out 3. Been struggling a little bit this afternoon. But meanwhile, some of his teammates have been picking up the slack. Joanne Rosano, Hawk Callis, Dave Dupuy have all been having an excellent string, as you've seen. Rossetti with an 8 box, that gives him 74 through 6. And Craig has got a 9, so he's got 60 through 6. That's going to bring up Joanne Rosano and Sue Holleran once again. Joanne working on that triple strike. Let's see if she can make it 4 in a row. Can she do it? Wow, and that's a great shot. Really solid in the 1-2 pocket. Hitting everything but the 10 pin. That's almost 4 strikes in a row. Sue Holleran, meanwhile, has a 1-8-9 with some wood behind the head pin. It's a little hard to tell from here what it's going to do. See if Joanne can grab that 10 pin. Got it. And Sue Holleran with a nice shot right there for a spare, taking out the 1-8-9. Let's see what happened there. I think the key was the wood behind the head pin. She clips the right side of the head pin, and then the ball deflects the wood into the 8-9. So that's a nice shot there for a spare. Joanne working on that spare, and she's only got 3 on it. So that gives her 122 through the 7th. And Sue Holleran with a 4 drop. She's got 85 through 7. A couple of tough leads here. And Joanne almost converts that 3 drop. And Sue almost converts the 4, but in each case, 1 pin remaining. So they will be open in the 8th. Joanne Rosano will have 132 if she can convert this single pin, which she does. And Sue Holleran with a 9, giving her 94 through 8. It's going to bring up Lynn Thompson and Lori Rossetti once again. And Lynn with an 8 drop. She's got the 5-10 with some wood that looks like it might help her. Meanwhile, Lori Rossetti has exactly the same lead that Sue Holleran just had. 4 drop, picking up a 2-4-7-10. And Lynn Thompson with the spare. The wood helped her convert that 5-10. And Lori with a nice try on the 4 drop. But again, that's a really tough spare to convert. And she's not quite able to do it, leaving a 5-8 and kind of a bad piece of wood in front. And it was a bad piece of wood, so it's an 8 box for Lori. That gives her 86 through 7. Lynn Thompson with 83 and a ball, and she dropped 7, so that gives Lynn 90 through 7. Lori Rossetti comes up light on the head pin and drops 5, a really tough lead. 5, 6, 7, 9, 10 with a couple pieces of wood. Lynn takes out the 3-6, leaves the 7. And let's see what Lori can do with this. It's pretty important at this point. And she gives it a nice try, but just that wood kind of spun around and just went through the hole. Lynn covers the 7 pin for 10 box. And Lori with an 8. It's going to bring up Hawk Callis and Tony Pastor. Hawk with another strike. That is his 3rd strike of this match. Let's take a look at the replay. And he hits sort of light in the 1-2 pocket, but a lot of sidewall action, and that gets 10 pins on the deck pretty quickly. Tony with an even lighter 1-2 pocket hit, and he gets 9, leaving a 10 pin with a couple of pieces of wood out front. And one of those pieces of wood rolls off into the gutter. So this is kind of a tricky piece of wood. I'm not sure what he's going to do with this. And, well, he missed it. He tried to go on the left end of the wood and kick it over to the right a little bit, and he wasn't quite able to make it happen. And it's going to be a 10 box for Tony. He's got 94 through 7. Hokalis with 79 plus the 2 shots on the strike, and he drops 7, leaving the same lead that Lynn Thompson just had, 3-6-7. Tony with a 3 drop, and oh, great shot by Hokalis for a spare. He cuts that 3 pin over, as you'll see, and I'm not sure if it went around in front of the 7 pin. I think that's what happened. Then it came off the wall and sort of caught the back half of it. And Tony Pastora with a nice answer there. He puts the spare right on top of Hokalis. So Tony is going to have 104 through 8, and Hawk will have 99 with a ball. Dave Dupuis with a strike. What else is new? Holbrook's team has just had a tremendous number of strikes in this string. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 so far. Larry Doucette with a 7 drop. 1-3-6. And again, he's really shooting the spare as well. He runs down that 1-3-6. So that's a pretty important spare right there in the 7th frame. Dave Dupuis filling the strike, and he hits the pocket, the 1-2 pocket, nicely, but leaves a 5, 9, 10. Piece of wood in between the 5 and 9 that might help him. And Larry only drops 4, I think. And let's see what Dave does here. Dave goes by the spare. Larry misses the head pin, but almost steals it. Nice 10 box by Dave. Dave Dupuis has 119 through 8. Larry Doucette with a 9. That gives him 103 through 8. That's going to bring Craig Holbrook and Chris Rossetti back up. And Craig with a 9 drop on lane 14. Chris with a 5 drop, leaving the Caleri once again. And Craig makes the spare, converts the 2 pin. And Chris hits the head pin but pounds it straight back. So he will be open in the 7th frame, and he takes a 7 box. That gives him 81. Craig Holbrook has 70 with a ball to fill that spare. And Craig almost puts 10 in the pit. He's got 9 on that spare, giving him 79 through 7. Chris Rossetti also with a 9 drop. Craig is looking at the 7 pin. Chris has got the 10 pin. And Craig misses 7. See what Chris can do with his 10 pin. And he misses that too. It looked like it went right between that wood and the 10 pin. Craig misses the 7 again. It'll be a 9 box. And Chris Rossetti uses the wood this time and takes out 10. So through 8 boxes, it's just a big turnaround in that last 4. Craig Holbrook's team has come roaring back with a bunch of marks there, and they now lead by 52 pins through 8 frames. Craig Holbrook's team has 538 with 1 mark, and Lori Rossetti's team has 486 also with 1 mark. We'll be back with the conclusion.